Hello, welcome back to part 2 of the renovation vlogs. So in the last one I left it just before our flooring was about to be done, and in this vlog I'm going to be sharing that whole process. Basically, obviously with this being an old property, it's a 3-bed mid-terrace Victorian house, just to give you a little bit of context. There was a lot of prep work that needed to be done, and in this vlog I'm gonna just basically share all that prep work. Don't think I mentioned it in the first vlog, but we were trying to work towards a deadline because we've got family coming to stay with us, but we've just decided to scrap that a little bit. They're really chilled. Obviously it would have been nice to show them the house as like an end result, because they live in New Zealand so they don't get to come to the house often, but it's just one of those things, and we'd rather take our time and go a little bit slow with it and make sure that we're making decisions that feel good instead of rushing the process. Yeah, here's week 2, which has essentially revolved around our flooring.
We can't do that. I need to check it. Yeah, you pull up. Keep it there. Let's just be careful.
So Jay has built this, so we were able to find an exact match of our skirting board from B&Q, so we bought that for the bottom bit. This is an IKEA kitchen unit. All of the wood is, again, from B&Q, and then it's just being cut to size, so one piece here, one piece there, and then that's being glued together. Same for that side. And once the flooring is done and like everything's laid, it will lift up that skirting board, so it means that there won't be that gap. I love it. I've also ordered some handles from Plank. They looked really nice and they're a really good size, and they're just circular brass handles, so they'll go there. I'm so happy with it. It literally looks like we've had a professional come out and do it. Looking good. Today is the day that we're getting the flooring done. I have actually booked myself on to do a yoga class this morning without really thinking, so I'm gonna do that for 45 minutes. Jay's ripping up the rest of the carpet, so all of the carpet in here is gone. The next thing that we need to do is get this sofa outside, and then I think that we're out most of the day. I think I mentioned it in the last video, but we have quarry tiles. So to lay our flooring, there's quite a few pieces of the cake that need to be, how did he describe it? He did describe it as a cake, didn't he? There's lots of layers to the cake, but essentially there's lots of layers. It's like a sponge. It's not every day at 7:30 in the morning, 7:20 in the morning, your house looks like this.
It's a shame about the tiles. It's a shame.
It is a shame. If these were all the way through and weren't completely wrecked, I think we might have considered actually restoring them.
It's just they're not level.
Yeah, they're not level.
Like, here seems okay, and then you step to here, you can just feel the difference.
It is a shame. It is a shame because obviously it's a nice feature.
And then obviously
but I mean, I can't believe I'm on here with bare feet. I need to go upstairs. So it's a busy week. It's the busiest week in terms of the renovation, because we've definitely done this over time. Like Jay's built the shelves over time, built that unit into the wall over time.
Did the radiator bridge?
Did the radiator like 2 or 3 months ago. So this week things are really picking up, and chaos. It's chaos. I'm gonna go do my yoga class now. Am I not gonna be able to? It's probably not a good idea, is it, that I booked this? So this unit usually lives in this little alcove here, but we're having to get it into the kitchen, which is not fun because it's one of those where if you move the legs in a certain way, it could just easily snap off. And I remember when we were piecing it together, I was just dreading this day that I knew we'd be getting the flooring done. So in terms of the flooring, we're having all the way through the kitchen done, all the way into our dining room, and then into our living room. And there's 3 different types of floor, so it just makes it very difficult. But as you can see, most of the carpet's out now. We're making progress, still a bit of washing on the radiator. And yeah, it's taken us 2 years to get to this point, but We're getting there and it feels really good. Look at that unit, Jay did. Amazing. We're not gonna have access to this side of the kitchen, so I'm getting all of the essential teas out. English breakfast. Jay's berry fruits tea, because that's what he likes. My coffee for the morning. And this. This is just the best tea. Yorkshire tea, decaf bedtime brew with vanilla and nutmeg. That is an essential. There we go. The unit is in. High five, well done. Oh, we did it. It wasn't as bad as we thought. That was actually a lot easier than we thought. The carpet on the tiles really helped, made a difference, didn't it? Right, seeing as though I'm not doing yoga.
Just in case, because we need to put back together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for the day, sort my hair out, but we don't know what time our floor is coming, so we're guessing about 9, aren't we?
Just run Henry round as well.
We'll run Henry round. The last bit. We're out of the house officially all day. We've left the floorer. As you'll have just seen, he brought in the plywood that's going to be laid. And today, the main thing is the, what's it called? What's he doing today? Today the main thing that he's doing is the resin. So there's going to be a resin layer before the screed, just because of like how old the property is and to damp proof it. The quarry tiles is going to go over that. So yeah, we're out of the house all day and we're currently on the way to the skip because, as you can see, we've got loads of carpet that we need to get rid of. Finally, the last bit's carpet. Yeah. And it's just like, we were just saying how nice it is. We've been together for 12 years and just how nice it is to finally like have a house that we can put our own stamp on. And like, yes, it's a bit stressful, but yeah, it's really exciting that we're finally at this stage. So I think we're going to be going back at like 5:30, 6. It's now 8:30. So we're going to have to entertain ourselves for a full day, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. We're back from being out all day. I've just quickly got changed and the floorer couldn't do everything that he thought he was going to do today because he realised that a lot of our damp proof in one corner was crumbling. So we had to get a new product and yeah, it's going to probably push us back a day, which is fine. We've got time. Let me give you a little bit of an update. So it looks like he's put this first layer on areas that needed it. The main area being just here by the door. Actually, another update, all of the plywood's been put down in here. So I think all that's left to do in here is put screed on top of this. Whereas in this room, on top of this layer, there will be another layer of damp proof, then the screed. And I can't remember, I think it's like a liquid latex. Jay's just finishing off the built-in cabinet. So we found skirting to match, he's just cutting it to size. And I think that he's just working on this corner here, is that right, Jay?
Yeah.
Wow, look at the timing on that. So yeah, you're just cutting it down so it fits. Something to know in case you're watching this and you are really familiar with like woodwork or you do this for a living. Jay is not a professional. I mean, it looks amazing, he's doing a really good job, and I think actually it just shows that sometimes you probably can do things. So I just asked Jay, how do you know how to do this? Because he doesn't have any, like he's not had professional training in terms of woodwork. And he said that he's watched a couple of YouTube videos and also, I mean, he's a bit more experienced on his, is it called a circular saw? Mitre saw. He's had a little bit of experience with doing the shelves and things, obviously the shelves that we've got there. So I think that's made it easier in terms of him then being able to like cut the skirting board and things to size. So it's just a combination of looking on YouTube at different YouTube videos. If I can find them, I'll leave them linked below. And then also I think once it's all glued together, there will be a lot of filler used. Is it filler? Decorator's cork. You can tell that I know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, decorator's cork will be used to make it look all seamless. But you're doing an amazing job so far, Jay. He's doing a really good job so far. Hello, day 2 is about to commence. I think the floor has just arrived. Obviously the space still looks the same. And yeah, today is the big day. Today's the one where we really have to stay out of the house the whole day. So I guess the next time that I'll be checking in with you, the entire flooring will look very different, because I think the thing that's going on today is black, the liquid latex. So that'll look fun. It's Thursday. I didn't update you last night because I thought I would just combine it into today's. So it's day 3 of the flooring, and this is another big day because we're going to have all of the screed laid through both the living room and the dining room. The thing that's been more of a challenge is the fact that this floor had quarry tiles, and they can let through quite a lot of moisture, and when you have LVT you don't want moisture anywhere near them, so there's just had to be lots of different layers created so that that moisture can't get through and ruin our beautiful LVT. Yesterday this was laid, so this is another layer of damp proofing. That should mean that moisture doesn't get through. It essentially looks like tar, and it kind of feels like it as well, like your feet do get a little bit stuck to it. You can see some of our foot marks. It did completely dry, it's absolutely fine. It's just that it's a little bit tacky. That's the current progress. And then in here, kind of looks the same. He's just sanded down those lines there, just so it's a little bit smoother on the plywood. So today's the big screed day, so screed will be going through the living room all the way into the dining room. And then I believe, maybe even today, he will screed the kitchen floor. There's already tiles there, so not much needs to happen, but we are having our LVT run all the way through. So yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's Friday, it's just gone 11 o'clock, the floor has just left. I have no idea how much footage I was able to get this week, because I mean, we were essentially out of the house from 7:30 till sometimes 7:30 at night, because the flooring needed to dry, all of the different layers that he needed to set, and we basically couldn't have access to the house because you can't get to our stairs unless you were to walk through it. So next week the actual flooring will be laid, and I'll include that as part of this vlog, so this will be like the whole process with the flooring. But yeah, let me take you downstairs and show you what's happened. We've actually been so lucky because today's the first day it's rained, but because all the prep work's done, we've actually been able to bring in our sofa that was outside. So yeah, we've not had to worry about all of our belongings getting soaked. But this is what the floor looks like now. Let me spin you around properly so you can see it. So this is what the flooring looks like now. And this is the final layer, so the flooring will be able to go directly on top of this. This is the feather screed. And then actually as well, I haven't really shown this room because we're not really doing much to it in terms of decorating, because we did kind of a quick decorate last year, but the flooring will run all the way through. We are going to keep this door, but in terms of the kitchen, what's going to happen is next week we're going to be able to pull this unit out, put it back into there, and then he will screed or do whatever needs to be done to this floor, and then apply the parquet through here as well. So actually, this time next week, all of our flooring is hopefully going to be done, and I'm going to be able to kind of document that process as we go through.
Now, don't we?
We do need to play catch up because we've essentially decided that we're going to put the pitch rail up here as well. So we started that last night. It looked so good in the living room that we thought actually we'd rather spend a little bit longer doing it and bring it through into the dining room. So that's what we started doing, and as you can see, I mean, we have painted the ceiling in here already, but we're going to bring that ceiling colour down to the picture rail. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see it a bit clearer here. So that slaked lime comes all the way down to the picture rail, and then we're going to do the exact same thing in here, and Jay is just waiting for me to finish up so he can measure along here and get that glued.
On your little blue thing.
There's blue stuff in there. I'm scared. I think it's my package. I don't know if she's going to watch this, but a parcel's just arrived for my friend's baby shower. So yeah, that's what that was. Let's crack on. So I need to stand so I can get it right in the corner.
Yeah, I could probably done this at the back of this actually. Is it right flush against it?
Yeah, say as much as you're going to get. Wherever I go, yeah.
Just tip it towards us for a minute.
Have you got your bit that you need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're doing this indoors because it's raining outside, we're on a time limit, and I mean there's nothing in here, is there? So yeah. It just makes it a little bit easier and hopefully not as noisy for the neighbours, because it's been a racket this week and I feel awful about it. I'm gonna have to make them some cookies or something, or take them round.
I did ask one of our neighbours, so they couldn't hear us.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. This picture rail's from B&Q.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of measuring up.
£9.97 for 2.4 metres.
Is that for a pack of them or each?
Per strip.
2.4 metres, not too bad, is it?
So we probably used 10 in total for this room. It's probably just under £100.
For all of it, everything?
For all the 2 rooms.
For the 2 rooms?
Yeah, possibly. I think it's just it'll be just under £100.
£100 well spent.
Right in? It is.
That's not helpful though, is it? I'll leave a link to the adhesive that we've used in the description box, along with a link to the actual picture if I can find it on B&Q. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Do your thing.
Perfect. A lot has happened since I last picked up the camera. The floor, honestly, it hasn't quite hit me that this is our house and this is like our new floor. Yeah, so the past 2 days it's been quite difficult to film because I don't just want to get the floor in the vlog footage without asking. And I mean, he's just laying it, he's a professional. It's not like I can talk to you about what he's doing because I don't really know. But this, honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna have to show you, aren't I? It's the most realistic LVT flooring I have ever seen. It is, honestly, I'm blown away. Let me show you. Look at this transformation. I actually can't believe it. So obviously everything is everywhere. It's still not being finished. But I'm kind of lost for words. You can probably hear. I'm lost for words. This is 2 days worth of laying. So yesterday he did from the door up until about here. And then today, done all the way along here. And then tomorrow, the kitchen floor will have a screed and like a leveler down. Then the flooring will be moving all the way up into the kitchen. And that will be the flooring part of this renovation done. I wonder if the camera's picking it up, as you know, just how impressive this looks. So realistic, and yeah, it just looks really, really amazing. Also, this runner isn't staying here, it's just going in our kitchen, but I wanted to bring it down and see how it looked against the flooring. And yeah, as you can see, for the rest of the reno, not much has happened. So we haven't done any of the extra painting. We've painted the ceiling down to the picture rail. We've basically decided to do a picture rail. I think it's struggling to focus because it's so light. All the way along this wall, all the way through to the dining room, and then around, because we just really liked it as a feature. Obviously it goes with the property really well, and we felt like it'd be a shame to just have it in the front room and not extend it round. So we've taken it all the way up to there. And then yeah, we have actually done one coat on this, but obviously the rest of the walls haven't been done yet. So I'm going to include that in the next vlog that you see, kind of like doing lots of the finishing touches, making some orders. There's a couple of things that I've had my eye on for a few months now, so I'm like, right, I'm gonna buy them, I'm gonna commit to it. We're definitely trying to renovate in a really mindful way, because we just don't want to buy things that we then have to replace. Like, I'd rather do this slowly and make decisions that will hopefully last us a long time than rush into something because I feel like everything has to be perfect straight away. So yes, that is the plan. I'll obviously bring you along with me, but yeah, absolutely love it. So happy with the flooring that we went for. Again, this is Harvey Maria flooring in the English oak. I'll leave all of the details to it below. I mean, as you can see, it kind of speaks for itself, stuff like this, doesn't it? Like, you don't need me to tell you how nice it looks. thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the flooring. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.